Hello, everybody. This is the COTRI Weekly Editorial, 18th of May, 2021. My name is Professor Dr. Wolfgang Georg Arlt. I'm the CEO of COTRI, China Outbound Tourism Research Institute. The headline this week is Selling Cat Food to Dog Owners. The rift between Asia and Europe continues to widen. Last week, the United States government gave back almost complete freedom of movement and activities to vaccinated citizens. Some states even offer $1 million in a weekly lottery to those who overcome their prejudices against vaccinations. In other states, you get a free burger and fries. In Europe, the number of persons being treated in hospital for COVID-19 dropped to the lowest level for 6 months, and in many EU countries, borders, shops, restaurants, tattoo studios, and many others are reopening. In Hamburg, home of COTRI, the first night curfew since World War II is over, and a colleague from Munich sent me an email from her holidays in Tenerife. Who would have dared to dream about this happening in May 2021, last Christmas? Therefore, jubilations all around? Unfortunately not, as the difference between the previous losers in the West and the previous winners in the East continues to widen in an unexpected direction. The ideal match, and I quote here, is when vaccinated travelers meet vaccinated locals. That's what Raini Hamdi wrote recently in an article for Skift. This will be the situation at least in the second half of this summer on both sides of the Atlantic. So the ideal match is when vaccinated travelers meet vaccinated locals. But Asia, with some exceptions as Singapore and the Maldives, on one hand, has been so focused on health or the economy, but on the other hand, still lags behind in vaccinating its population. So countries such as India and Thailand can be seen as victims of their own previous virus containment success, resulting in governments being slow on vacation while there was time for it. Sadly, vaccination alone is not the only ingredient needed for a successful and safe reopening of the tourism business, as the world champion of vaccination, Israel, is sadly demonstrating these days. China reported no deaths and less than 100 cases per week in the last 2 weeks, and about a quarter of the population, which now officially stands at 1.41 billion, according to the latest census figures, getting vaccinated at least one time. So vaccinated travelers meet vaccinated locals would work for Chinese visitors to Europe or the USA. However, the conditions in terms of visa, flights, and the end of quarantine regimes still needs to be put in place. One result of all this is the persistent lack of engagement with the Chinese market by European and US companies and destinations. Some marketing efforts are made, but the bigger part of the powder is left in dry storage for the time when the Chinese are actually starting to travel again. This policy is, to put it politely, stupid. Culture, not language, is the main challenge for success in the Chinese market, as became obvious years ago. In the same line, product adaptation, not marketing, is the main requirement for success in the post-pandemic period. And the time to develop, in many cases for the first time, products and services tailor-made for the Chinese market is now, not where we all will be super busy dealing with the revenge consumption of global travelers. Your marketing campaign for cat food can be as sophisticated as it may. Persons who do not own a cat will not be swayed by it to buy the stuff. Chinese travelers learned a lot during the last 17 months, and they are much better now at identifying their wishes and expectations. For the May holidays, the number of trips in the domestic market exceeded those of 2019, and spending reached almost 80% of the pre-pandemic level. So they are ready to roll and to go abroad again, but it will not be enough just to open the door to make sure that they will come. With Asia falling behind, the opportunities for destinations and companies in Europe, Africa, and the Americas are bigger than ever, if only they acquire the necessary knowledge to grab that opportunity. And with that, as usual, all the best wishes to all of you from myself and the whole COTRI Weekly team. Thank you very much.